Hi friends, this is Tony from Historic American Homes. Welcome to Quick Tips. These are short videos under 10 minutes where I look at simple ways to get quick results that make your SketchUp model sparkle. I'll be adding to this series on a weekly basis, so if you found this useful, please like, subscribe, and click on the little bell to get notifications each time I put out a new one. You might also want to check out the series I'm doing right now called Creating a Small Home Inspired by MCM Design Using SketchUp Pro and Layout. In today's quick tip, we're going to build a simple kitchen cabinet to hold a cooktop and oven. Check out the previous quick tip to see how we made the cooktop. We'll be using only basic commands such as rectangle, push-pull, move, and grouping. When we're finished, we'll have an industry standard kitchen cabinet you can use to help you lay out your own kitchen. So we're going to quickly make a little kitchen cabinet here. I've got a bunch I've already made that I could reuse. I could take one of these and alter it. I generally make them 12 inches wide and then use that as a basis for altering. But I'm just going to go ahead and make one from scratch so you guys can see the steps. And I'll make it 24 inches wide. It'll be a standard size 24-inch wide cabinet, 24 inches deep, 34.5 inches high. And it'll be designed to take this oven and cooktop. So we'll start with a rectangle, R for rectangle. Click 2 points, 24, 24. There's my rectangle. I will use P, push, pull it up 34.5 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and make it a group. Now let's double click on it to go inside the group and edit it. I'm going to grab the bottom edge and copy that up. M, Control, click on the bottom corner. I'm going to pull that line up, that edge up 4 inches, so 4. And then I'm going to make the toe kick P, push, pull 3 inches deep. Now I'm going to make that a group. Actually, one more thing. I'm going to push pull this front surface 3/4 of an inch back. I'm going to make a copy of that while I've got it. Control C, copy. Now I'll select everything and make that a group. So it's now a nested group. And I'm going to Control Shift V to paste that face that I copied right back to where it was. You can see the blue line highlighted. I'm going to use P, push pull that out 3/4 of an inch. And I'm going to make that its own group. So now I have the cabinet and the door as 2 separate groups. It makes it a little easier to manipulate them in the future. So next step. What I really want is a small drawer down here and then the oven on top. And I'm not exactly sure how large to make that drawer. So I'm going to use my tape measure, T, to check the height of my oven here, 23.5 inches. So let's take this, double click in here, take this door front here. And the first thing I'm going to do is push pull the 2 sides in 1/4 of an inch because, no, let's make that 1/8 of an inch. Because when I put it alongside other kitchen cabinets, there needs to be a small gap between the door fronts. And 1/8 of an inch will give me, when side by side with another cabinet, that'll give me 1/4 of an inch gap. That's more realistic. That's basically how the standard cabinets work. And I'm going to need 24 inches over here. So let's start by pushing this top edge down, push pull down 24 inches. So that's my drawer down there. Now, oven is going to go in a hole on the front of this cabinet. I don't really need to make the hole in the cabinet for this model. This is just something I would use is a placeholder in a full architectural drawing package. This is not intended to be for a cabinet maker to make a cabinet from. So I'm going to copy this oven front, grab the midpoint of the back edge, and pull it to the midpoint on the front edge of this. And we'll move M for move down 1/4 of an inch so that there's a little bit of a gap between the top of the oven and the countertop when it goes on. So now it's attached. I'm going to Control X. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to go back in my group, and I'm going to Control-Shift-V, paste it back in place so it's inside my group. Now, there needs to be a countertop on this, and then the cooktop needs to go on top of that. Sometimes I will just go ahead and put a countertop on it right now. So R for rectangle. Draw myself a rectangle corner to corner, pull that up 1.5 inches, push pull, and then let's pull the front edge out 1 inch. That puts the front face, oh, that oven door is a little bit thick, that's all right. It's gonna look fine. 1 inch from the front of my cabinet to the front of my countertop is a pretty standard dimension. The cabinet door itself is 3/4 of an inch, so if this were a cabinet door instead of a oven, the countertop would overhang 1/4 of an inch, which is what I would want. Now let me grab that cooktop, pick it up at its midpoint on its bottom edge, and move it with the move tool over to the midpoint here. And then we'll push it back. Let's try 3 inches, M for move, 3 inches. That looks like it's probably about right. Maybe it needs to come forward 1 inch. M for move, pulling along the green axis. So there's a cabinet with an oven inserted into it and a 24-inch cooktop on it. It's got the toe kick in place. It's got a kitchen counter. It's got a countertop. I'm going to make sure all of these pieces are inside. Make a group. Make a group. Grab them both. Control X to delete them. And then paste them back inside the group. Now that's really all we need to do. At this point, I've got something I can use. If I'm working on a new kitchen, I can just copy this into my new model, can put it alongside the other cabinets, and it gives me a reference. If I happen to be wanting the countertop to be one piece throughout the whole kitchen, which is what I usually do, I may end up just deleting this one. But at least the cooktop is now at the correct elevation, so when I put the new countertop in over the whole area, everything will be where it needs to be. But for now, I'm going to leave it. That wraps up quick tip number 2. I hope you found it useful. Please leave a comment or question. If you've got something you'd like me to make a Sketchup Quick Tip about, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining me today. Please like and subscribe if you found this video useful. Also keep an eye on the playlist. I'll be adding to it weekly. Have a great day.